Welcome back to Dying Light 2. It's been over a week since I've played this game, and so I might not be very good at it. Last time we explored this world, I had just unlocked downtown. I had just unlocked my glider, my hang glider ability, and I had just unlocked fast travel. And so I was going over here, and the main thing that I wanted to do in my last episodes, my last pair of episodes, was figure out how metro stations worked, show how electrical substations worked, and we did that. And so I went and I cleaned up. Like, there were also a bunch of side quests that I spent some time cleaning up over here. I did a bunch of work over in the older areas. And that's what I tend to do. Like, when I'm playing an open world game, I tend to want to sort of clean up and fully explore every single part of the world before I move on to the next one. And so I put a ton of energy into that. And I feel like I've got this initial area pretty locked down. The thing I didn't do is spend any time exploring downtown, which is the new area that I unlocked at the same time that I unlocked the metro stations. It's kind of the reason you unlock the metro stations, because you'll notice there's no easy physical connection between downtown and Quarry End. And so if you are going to be able to move around to these places, you have to use the metro tunnels. So yeah, you'll notice like everything here, with the exception of like the two things that I was actually officially told to do as a part of the story missions, I've done none of these things. I haven't unlocked any of these little havens. I haven't explored to find out what any of these question marks are. So I think that's what we're going to do this session, is sort of explore downtown and find out what's here. So it's the daytime right now, though it's a little ways into the day. I think that the first thing I should probably try to do is get as high up as I possibly can. I'm not sure what the best way to do that is, because again, I'm totally unfamiliar with this part of the map. So my character is going to notice, my character just said, container detected. I'm going to be noticing things like containers and not trying to find them, because that can be time consuming to try to find containers. And I'm just not going to bother with that. All we're doing right now is very sort of cursory reconnaissance. I'm just trying to see how high up I can get. It looks like it might be fairly limited. Oh, there's an interesting like zip line over here. So these items right here, these yellow things, it took me a while to figure out what these are. These are actually quick ways to go down. If you're up on a rooftop and you see one of these, you can grab onto it and drop with it. Oh, this is the middle of a military convoy. This might not be where I actually want to be screwing around. Let's go. So yeah, so I see a lot of ways down from places. I don't see a lot of really great ways up to places. So it could be that what I really need to do is just wander around and find out what all of these question marks are. But if I can get high up and use my binoculars, that does feel like sort of the better, more effective move. Let's try to see a place that's got a really obvious way up. Like over here, are these blue slats, are they climbable? Like, can I get all the way up that? It looks like there's this little angled thing here that, is that climbable in any way? It's kind of far away though. What's in here? Couple zombies is what's in here. Ooh, okay. This is a good thing.
Where are the peacekeepers when we need them?
Right here. We've got a tall thing with a rope on it. And I'm pretty sure, yes, if I push the X button on that, it carries me to the top. All right, okay. We're actually up high on something. And it looks like I just saw a notification. Did it just unlock a windmill? Ah, okay, so we've got a windmill here. And it's a windmill that I can climb. Well, you know what? That's probably a really good use of my time, because not only will this windmill... Oh, crap. Potentially, give me some advantages, like a new haven to hang out in. But it also is going to be a high up place where I can probably scout other things. So it could actually be that if I had been better, if I had remembered how my hang glider actually works, because there's this thing you can accidentally do with the hang glider where because you're usually running forward when you trigger the hang glider, pushing forward with the hang glider makes you go straight down, and you need to pull back immediately to start going forward. If I had actually flown that hang glider correctly, I might have actually been able to skip a step on this deal by landing on maybe just this platform a little earlier. Oh crap, what the? No, that's not what I meant to do. Okay, we'll try that again. How did I? There. Okay, so I thought that I could just dangle from this thing as long as I wanted, but it looks like maybe I had to actually swing off it at exactly the right moment. Okay. There we go. That's what I needed to do. All right. Okay, those things are yellow, which makes me think they're climbable. I guess I'll just jump. Nope. All right. Cool. That was not how that was supposed to go. By the way, I'm sorry I'm missing some of the chat here. Steve-O just asked me if I'm playing Elden Ring. I have bought Elden Ring because I feel like I need to play it in order to do research, but that is not my kind of game. And my expectation for, whether or not I'm actually going to get super into it is pretty low. Oh, come on. It worked last time. What was that? Why did that work? Why did that work the first time and not the second time? That was odd. So, Undead Toad asks, what is the most interesting thing in the Dying Light franchise that's really sort of caught my eye? That's an interesting question. If I had to pick one thing about the Dying Light franchise, I mean, obviously, the whole parkour thing is sort of their hallmark, and it feels almost cheap to call that one out. But the reason why it's important, it's not just because parkour is neat, I mean, that is true. But there's a little bit more to it. That there's a freaking ladder right there. Why was I jumping over here when there's a ladder right there? Ugh. Anyway, the parkour feature is it's a really good one to choose for a game like this, because a lot of what the fantasy of the zombie apocalypse is about freedom. It's about the idea that your normal life has ended, and now you sort of have to decide from scratch what to do, and there's a sort of sense of freedom and independence in that. There's a lot of horror in that as well. A lot of us, I think, most of our happiness is derived from things that would be lost in the zombie apocalypse. So it's not like it's a, fanciful, positive sort of vision of the future, but the thing that people enjoy about pretending they're in the zombie apocalypse is, to a great degree, that feeling of freedom. And so I think that choosing parkour to sort of marry with that sort of genre, was a really clever choice, because parkour is also about giving you a sense of freedom. That whole fantasy of being on rooftops, living on rooftops because the ground is so dangerous in the zombie apocalypse. That's a big part of the fantasy for a lot of people, and them making an entire game that centers on that experience, I think was a really, really good move. So yeah, I probably would choose a parkour, as cheap as that sounds, since it is obviously their most, prominent marketing feature. So, now we've got a windmill, which means all these people move in, and now I've got, a haven. You notice they're setting up the UV lights. Another thing that I do really appreciate about the Dying Light franchise, by the way, is the sort of their day and night dichotomy. State of Decay has day and night. It's got a day and night cycle, but we don't use it for very much. And the way that they've basically had the game fundamentally change. Whoa, we've unlocked a bunch of stuff. What the heck? Let's look at the map. Look at all these little places we've got now. Oh, that's amazing. Anyway, the way that they basically said the game is fundamentally different in lots of really important ways at night. There's activities you do in the day and activities you do at night. And they've really leaned hard into that. And I don't know, it lends the game sort of the simulated world of the game a sense of like kind of coherency and meaning that you don't really get from State of Decay. Our simulated world with its day and night cycle and everything is more superficial, whereas in Dying Light it feels much more mechanically relevant, which makes it feel really just a more powerful part of the game. And so I appreciate them for that. Okay, how do I get my binoculars out? Like this. All right, so I am up high. Wow, I'm really zoomed in tight. So now I'm kind of feeling for things that make my controller vibrate. Ooh, okay, there's a military airdrop up there. And, okay, there's something in that direction. It's weird. So, the surveying mechanic in Dying Light 2 is a little bit difficult for me to understand sometimes. Like, I'm sure that if I actually knew how the mechanics were put together, this would make sense. But, like, I'm able to sort of... Yeah, I'm making this sort of, like, camera clicky noise, and my, like, crosshair is contracting. And so there should be something here that I can sort of identify and add to my map. And it's, like, almost there, but it doesn't quite happen. And I don't know. Oh, yeah, you see it? It doesn't quite click. There we go. Okay, I got that one. That was so odd. Like, it feels like you would be able to tell in a sort of a binary way whether a particular sort of point of interest is surveyable from where you're standing or not, and just have it be binary. So, like, either you run into something, either there's something in the world that you can see or you can't see it. But having it be that, like, there's certain places in the world where you can sort of see it, you can sort of get a hint. Like, right there. There's something going on with my crosshair here. It's sort of possible to see something, but only barely. And the thing is, like, if getting into this weird zone gave me some hint about what to do in order to fix the problem, then that would just be, I could just sort of chase this thing around, like, okay, I can almost see something. What I need to do is move a little bit, to the right. And if I move a little bit to the right, then I'll be able to see it. Like, if it worked like that, I think that would make a little bit of sense. But the fact that it gives me a little hint that there might be something here, but I have no idea what to do about it, that's mostly just a source of frustration for me. Excuse me, I need to cough. Cog says, when is it okay or not okay for a game to copy another? Could State of Decay 3 use a Dying Light 2's day and night difference? I don't think so. Because day and night are a thing that exist in the real world. Oh, interesting. Was this the thing I was seeing before? It seems like it's in the wrong direction for that. Oh, well, anyway. Oh, and it's... So day and night is a thing that exists in the real world. You can't copy day and night between games. Every game is copying day and night from reality. So yeah, so if State of Decay 3 decided to lean a little harder into having a day and night cycle that is more sort of relevant to the gameplay, that wouldn't be us stealing from Dying Light. That would be us more accurately simulating reality like Dying Light did. And we could say, yeah, Dying Light, see what they did? Oh, that was an inspiration. Yeah, that was a really good idea. I don't think that's stealing. Like, I think people make a little bit too much of a big deal about the idea of that somebody, if two media franchises or two games or two movies or whatever have a similar thing, that means that one of them stole from the other one. I just don't think that's how that works. I mean, we're all trying to solve the same problem, which is how do you entertain a human brain? And there are things that work and things that don't. We're all kind of like trying to zero in on what that list of things is. And so, if we learn from each other and find things that other people have done, say, oh yeah, that's a really good idea there. You know what that does? That sort of like gets me thinking about a thing we could do in our game. That's not stealing. That's us sort of like all learning from each other in a positive and uplifting way. I just don't like thinking about art in that way at all. the idea is, that like everything that anyone creates is a unique flower that if you do anything similar, you've stolen from them. I mean, like, yeah. All right. Ha ha! There we go. That guy's off the building. That's going to be the fun part, I think, of being downtown, is the fact that the buildings are so tall. You can really knock people off them. Just knock the heck out of people. Okay, let me see here. Okay, so I was looking at the map. Okay, so this spot that I'm in, I'm standing right on top of an identifiable location that I haven't identified, which makes me think it might be down at ground level. Like, I don't know. Then over here, there's something that I marked on the map. How high is this? Okay, there's something over there, but it looks like it's through that wall. Oh, it's way the heck up there. Oh, but is that a rope going up, or is that just... No, that's just a feature of the wall. How does someone get up there? That looks like a thing I want. But can I get... Check out this weather, by the way. I feel cold just looking at this. Okay, well, clearly this side of the building is not climbable. So I'm going to take a flying leap off this building and get as far as I can in this direction. If I can land on sort of midway up this building, that'd be interesting. And I can plan from here. You notice I'm losing stamina, though. I can't do this forever. But, yes, I can just barely make it over here. Okay, so... Was I right? Yes, it is up that building. But I am... Okay, there's an open area over there. Now, it could be that some of these places I literally can't get right now. Like, this game will sometimes, gate things behind story. And, like I've said before, I think one of the things that makes me uncomfortable sometimes with this game is the fact that they will gate things on story, and I won't know that they're gated on story. And so I'll be like, how do I get there? And I'll put all this effort into trying to get to that place. And it'll either be gated on story or it'll be gated on character progression, and I won't really be certain that that's the case or why. Oh, hey, there's a little thing here. I wonder if I can... Okay, so that takes me over there. Okay, so let me see if this is a way in. Oh, it's a way full. It's full of zombies. Hi, let's just murder you real fast. So this might or might not, so this might just be a cute little hole in the wall that it has nothing to do with getting to the top of this building. But I won't know until I've murdered all of the zombies inside. Steve-O wants to know if I saw the trailer for the Halo TV show. Yeah, I saw it. It looks like they poured a lot of money into it. Like, it looks like, something to take seriously. I'm not investing a ton of, like, I don't... It might be really, really good. But if it's not, I won't care that much. Because, Halo's already a great video game series. Like, I already like Halo. Like, the Halo TV show doesn't actually have to be good for me to be happy about Halo. So I'm just kind of like, I'm just, when I find out, if I find out it's super good, I'll be really excited about it. If I find out it's not, I'll just be like, shrug, whatever. So, I'm not really thinking about it much until it actually comes out. Okay, so, oh, hello. I managed to stealth my way through most of the zombies. That was nice. Okay, so I can get a little bit higher by switching buildings. Yeah, it looks like... So I didn't see anything in here that looks like, say, an elevator or a staircase or anything, or one of those little spring-loaded ropes. So... Ooh, shrooms, though. And some resin. Someday, I'm going to... Oh, wait, what's that? Wait a minute. Oh my gosh, there's been a rope here the whole time. Okay, hold on. Well, before I grab that rope, let me just see what... Oh gosh! Okay, let me see what this is real fast. just because this is where I was headed and I'm curious about it. But looks like a whole lot of nothing. Okay, cool. Well, then let's take a flying leap and get over to where this rope is. This rope is what I actually want. Hey there, buddy. All right, let's take this all the way up. I don't know if it goes all the way up. It goes significantly up. Okay, so now we've got this jumpy ramp that goes nowhere. I am higher up on this building than I've been before. Still don't really see a way up, though. Oh, wait a minute. What's this? Hello, sir. Can you tell me where the elevator is? Oh, I'm sorry. I guess you're not really in a condition to. What about you? Can you tell me where the elevator is? No. Nope. All right. It is kind of funny to be playing this game after having watched, I think I've watched 4 or 5 episodes of All of Us Are Dead, which is a really, I don't know, very dramatic Korean zombie show that's available on Netflix. I've gotten pretty into it. The thing that's amazing about it is you cannot tell who they're going to kill. There will be characters introduced that seem like they're probably important. Like, oh, wow, the struggle that this character is going to go through is going to be really interesting. And then they kill that character, and actually they were there for a completely different reason. They're very good at faking you out and making you not know who you should invest in and care about and who you shouldn't. So it's nice. It's just very surprising. It's brutal. It's definitely not one of the ones where it's just, full of hope. It's really trying to grind you down. But the thing that I'm noticing is in that show, they've got fast zombies that are very perceptive, and if you get anywhere near the zombies, they see you, and now you're being chased at top speed by 100 zombies. And finding little tiny islands of safety is just amazing. So comparing that to this, where it's all the zombies, during the day are asleep, and I could just go through and just tear through them and wipe them all out. It's just a very stark contrast to what I saw in the, in that show. Which, to be fair, this game at night, especially when you trigger a howler, is pretty much All of Us Are Dead. This game does get that way, but this experience is one that you don't have in All of Us Are Dead. So Habitual Bell says that they just finished this game and they enjoyed it. Yeah, so I play open world games so slowly that I'm always surprised if I finish them at all. Wait, what was that? Oh, missed one. All right, anyway. So I came in here because this is what that rope led to, right? Yeah, this little door here was the only entrance next to that rope. And so my hope was I would go through this building and find some way to climb higher. However, okay, so I can see that down there. That might be a way to go higher, but it also might just be a way to go exactly this high. That seems more likely. Now, sometimes there are entrances in the ceiling. It's really easy to miss when they hide an entrance in the ceiling. So I'm going to quickly go over and look at all the ceilings here. Another one? Sheesh, zombies are sneaky. Steve-O asked if I finished Far Cry 6. No, I did not, for a stupid reason. And this is sort of my history with the Far Cry games. I will absolutely love them and want to play them to death, and then one silly thing will annoy me, and then I won't be able to play them anymore. In Far Cry 2, the reason I never finished Far Cry 2, despite it being, I think, a revolutionary game, was the fact that I was trying to go through... I had actually a physical strategy guide, and I was trying to go through and find all of the diamonds, and I did find every single diamond, and the achievement didn't pop. And I was just so frustrated that I literally couldn't play the game anymore. By the way, I think I'm going to have to sort of drop out of here and try this because it's the only thing I can think of. Actually, let's set. I don't think I can turn around fast enough to go back to the building. So let's just settle down here, collect some resources, and then look around. And so Far Cry 6, there's a similar thing. There was a treasure hunt side mission that was like, this kind of complicated puzzle. It gets marked on your map, and then there's sort of a complicated puzzle. I think I've already been here. I think, yeah, yeah, I don't think I can get any higher. That feels like there should be a way up, though. Can I only go there laterally from a different building? I have no idea. Oh, but it looks like it's either on the other side of the building or it's inside the building. But this is where I started. This is where I originally started. Actually, I could have gone there at the very beginning, and I didn't, and that's just where I ended up. So I think I've discovered that I don't know how to get into this building. That's fine. I'll worry about that later. Let's choose a different destination. Let's maybe try to go to whatever place is over here towards the left. Anyway, so with Far Cry 6, the reason I stopped playing it was because there was a treasure hunt mission. Oh, hello, zombies. And, how, like, when you're in the middle of it, it marks it on your map, and you can sort of follow the markers to tell you where to go. But after I completed it, I think I died at an awkward time that the mission scripter was not anticipating. And somehow, because I died at an awkward time, the mission marker never cleared. And so no matter where I went, no matter what I did, that one completed treasure hunt mission was just marked on my HUD forever. And I was like, nope. A huge part of what motivates me in an open world game like Far Cry 6 is clearing the map of all of the icons that say I have unfinished business. If there was going to be an urgent unfinished business icon sitting on my map forever, my ability to derive joy from playing that game was going to be severely hindered. So I just had to stop. I couldn't play anymore. And I realize that is silly. But at the same time, I mean, it's true. So what can you do? So I'm trying to kind of get down here safely. I guess I forgot. I've got a hang glider. I don't have to try. Okay, there's a bunch of stuff. So this next place, I'm betting that this next place, because it's at ground level, I'm betting it's like a dark zone or something. It's a Forsaken store. Okay. I got close enough to the Forsaken store that I actually marked it. And now the sun is going down. So my ability to scout is going to be challenged. So these military drops, these military airdrops, are often sources of really valuable stuff. And this one is high up in the same place as the other thing I couldn't get to, so the chances of me being able to get to that one right now until I figure something else out, probably pretty slim. I don't know if they're all that way, though. Let's have a look at this one and see how high up it is. It is above me, but these are shorter buildings. I might actually be able to get up to wherever this military supply drop is. Yeah, it's up there, and there's a rope hanging from that. So this is, I mean, folks were asking me earlier what I like about Dying Light. This is kind of it. Like, I also really like this in Mirror. I was a huge fan of the original Mirror's Edge. I wasn't good enough at it to, be as amazing as you can be in that game. But I really liked how, I could really sort of like hone my skills and also just sort of my cleverness, my problem-solving skills at parkour in that game. And sort of puzzle out and discover things that really made me feel clever for working them out. So this game has got that in spades. There's like, there's a lot of places where you're like, I mean, you saw me fail at it, but the fact that I can fail at this is one of the reasons that makes it an interesting and rewarding feature. You can see a place, and then you're like, okay, I'm betting I can get there, but how? And then you sort of like explore and look around and sort of look at every angle of the building and try to figure out how to get there. Like, for instance, can I run and jump and hang glide to one of these platforms? If I can probably get on this roof. If I can't, I'll probably have to find another way. But let's try that. So I don't know. Okay, it looks like my trajectory's good for this. All right, yes. Yes, I can. Oh, and there's a whole interior going on here. There's a hurt person. I don't think I can't jump to the roof. Okay, so I can get in. And this is a way for me to get out. This is a way for me to get out onto this. And there's nothing different on this side. Is there anything that would make it possible to... Oh, I think one of my unlockable skills actually may be able to reach it. I think normally I could not reach that. But I think one of my unlockable skills made it possible. Okay, so I'm up on this roof. I think this is the neighboring roof to the roof I want to get to. Okay, yeah, so across here... There's something on the roof there. So, there's a rope that I can grab. Can I jump to that rope from here? And also, can I climb a rope? I don't know if I can climb a rope. I may not be able to climb a rope. I might be able to just swing on a rope. Let's find out. Let's try to jump to this. Got it. And yes. Okay, well, swinging on it was enough. I didn't need to find out if I could climb on it, because swinging was sufficient. Okay, here is my military supply drop. So you open up a military supply drop, and you've got some outfits, some consumables, and this thing. I don't know what this is. Well, it gives me some skill points, but it also gives me this military tech resource. I don't know what you use military tech for. I don't think I've found the thing that is for yet. But we got it. That's pretty cool. Oh, so Aurora Virgo. Sorry, I have trouble reading your name, Aurora Virgo. Aurora Virgo says the airdrop gives you military tech. It can be used to upgrade your tools, like the paraglider. Okay, so I probably got a bunch of this already. So how do I upgrade this? Is there a particular crafting person who gives me the ability to upgrade it? Because upgrading this might actually be the way that I get up to some of those high rooftops, if there's some special thing I can do. And look at this. I've got 3 other... How early am I in this game? I feel like I'm just, like, deep into it. I've been playing it forever. I've got 3 entire tools here that I haven't unlocked yet. What is going on? Okay, so Aurora Virgo says I can only do the upgrade at Craftmaster. So I had never noticed that option at Craftmasters, probably because I haven't been to a Craftmaster since I got my paraglider. And my paraglider is the first tool like that I've unlocked. That's probably why. So, all right, well, my resistance to infection is not going to last forever. I should probably find another, like, haven-type place so that I can recharge my stuff, my UV. So let's quickly... look around with our... Okay, look around with our... Oh, is this it? Okay, there's a GRE anomaly down there, which means I can get inhibitors there. And I'm headed to a Night Runner's hideout. Okay, that's good. What else can I see from here? Yeah, there's the story mission. Not interested. I'm going to do all of my open world nonsense first. Okay, so again, I think... what we've got is, like, around here, there's some kind of destination in the distance that is blocked, but in this direction. I think this is as tight as I can get my crosshair. So there's something over there, but I just don't know what it is. And again, like, it's doing the same thing over here. There's another spot over here that I just can't quite see. And I don't know what to do about it. Either way, we definitely want to go and find that Night Runner's hideout. So I'm going to jump again. There's this rope over here that seems like it'll be useful. Because it's nighttime, the last thing I want to do is get at ground level. So we're going to be traveling, even though this thing is some distance away, we're going to be traveling rooftop to rooftop to the degree that we can to try to get there. Okay, we've got a zip line down, but down is not the way we want to go. Oh, some kind of dude. There's a dude who's in trouble. Here you go, buddy. Have some shrooms. Oh, I'm such a nice guy. Giving him my absolute cheapest and easiest to find consumable. Okay, I love that there's all of these ropes to get me up to these rooftops, because being on the rooftops is fun. As we've seen, exploring to try to figure out how the crap to get to the rooftops is not always as exciting. It's fun in sort of a puzzly way. It's not fun in an exciting way. Oh yeah, so Aurora Virgo says, wait, don't you have the ability to use consumables to fix your immunity problems? Oh yeah, I totally do, but I'm also a massive hoarder, and so okay, so I think I start this generator to activate this safe haven. So because I'm a massive hoarder, I prefer to recharge with UV lights whenever I can. And so since my main goal here right now is just to explore and unlock all of these hideouts, that just seemed like the best move to me. So I guess my next destination should be the next hideout. But let's see. Oh, by the way, one thing I've unlocked now. Wall running! That's something you can't do at the beginning of the game. But I can do it now because I'm special. Let me see. So there were several question marks in the same direction as this haven. So let me see if I can... By the way, I keep calling these havens. I think they're called hideouts. I don't know why I keep calling them havens. Is that the name of them in some other game? I mean, we've got a thing called the Haven device in State of Decay. I don't think that's why I call them havens, though. Something must have a mechanic called havens, and I've just forgotten what it is. Okay, again, it's making the little clicky noise like it's right there on top of something, but I can't quite see it. Oh, what is this? Okay, some thugs. Some thugs are over there. We're probably good? All right. So there is something down here that for some reason, I don't know why, I can't identify this area. I mean, it looks like it's probably a military site, right? It's got like a tank and some delivery trucks and a tower next to it and a wall. It's just, this is probably a military site. And for some reason, I can't binocular it. Melitor asks, is all the side content open from the start, or do the story missions unlock some as you go? That's actually, yeah, a really good question. So, so I think most of the side content, like when I first started the game, I could explore and find most of these icons, the vast majority of them. Some of them were locked. Like for instance, I think this windmill was locked because I hadn't progressed the story, but because my stamina wasn't high enough. I couldn't actually climb and hold on to things long enough in order to get to the top of this windmill. So this windmill was red saying, we don't think you can get to the top of this. And so I had to level up my character to get some of them, which still feels like that's all still side content, because there is enough side content to give you the sort of the upgrades that you need to get there. So that was still side content. There were definitely, like, for instance, this electrical station was not open or available until after I played a story mission here, and then played another story mission that taught me how to unlock electrical substations. Once I did this one, then I could come back and do this one, which was what sort of claimed this area. And then that created like all of these parkour challenges up here. They only unlocked after I claimed this area by doing the electrical substation. So they give you a lot of open-ended stuff to start, and it feels like the world is full, but then each time you make progress in the story or unlock a brand new sort of like territory claiming mechanic, you end up finding like, oh no, there was even more stuff here. So I think occasionally, like with that windmill, you run into something where like, oh, I can't do this yet. And occasionally, like with the electrical substation, like you could tell like, oh, this is a thing, this is an important thing, and the game just has not told me how it works yet. That can feel like sort of an artificial obstacle sometimes, but yeah, so anyway, so that's how it works. You can sort of make your own judgment about sort of like whether that's how you like games to work. Okay, so I'm going to see if I can ride this updraft. Yeah! And then let's head over this direction. I think this rooftop is probably the highest I can get from that updraft. And it looks like I'm right above the actual safe zone. Now I could jump onto this zip line, but then I'd have to figure out how to get back. So let's not do that. Let's just... Did I screw this up? Did I screw it up? Oh, just barely. I actually forgot which button was my jump button, and so I hit the A button to try to jump, which means that I didn't get a nice jumping start. Yeah, so Aurora Virgo is pointing out that, by the way, again, like, as a hoarder, all you'll ever see me use is my cheapest consumables. Like, for instance, this... Oh, sorry, the shrooms here, which I've got... if you look at the D-pad in the lower left corner, those shrooms are what I usually use. Like, if my immunity is down, I'll just, like, eat 5,000 shrooms until it's back up again. That's not the optimal way to play. Aurora Virgo is right that I've also got immunity boosters, fewer of them, but if I use them, I mean, they will fill up my my immunity bar much faster. But because I'm a hoarder, because of this like psychological like loss aversion that makes it really hard for me to use things that might be useful later, I end up not using them at all. and I'll just end up, you know, by the end of this game, I will have never used an immunity booster, and I'm going to have like 50 of them. And it'll be like, oh, you totally could have used that, buddy. And I'm like, yeah, but, you know, wasn't feeling it at the time. Is this the same military site that I was not able to identify before? Oh, okay, I can do it from this angle. You know what? I'm betting that whatever node is placed in the world to make it possible for the binoculars to tell what direction they're pointed, what direction they need to point, I'm betting, yeah, it's right there behind these vans. That's why I couldn't find it before. When I was on the other side and the vans were facing me, I think that I was blocked from seeing the node. The sort of hidden node that's placed behind the scenes. And I bet that's why I couldn't do it. So, okay, let me mark where this is. So there is something in this direction that I probably want to identify. It's right there. All right. I wonder if I can see it from here, or if, again, I'm going to be blocked. Okay, again, it looks like it's probably, whatever it is probably behind that van. Or that APC, what is that? Some kind of truck. It's behind that military truck. So I can't see it from here, so let's, again, go and grab this guy. So it's roughly that direction. So I'll head down this way. Oh, we have found a windmill. Is the windmill the thing I'm aimed at? Oh, yeah, probably. I think this is it.
There are a lot more substations. If we could get them all going, that would be something. Power for the entire city. Imagine that.
Maybe I'll hit up some of the others.
Let me see. Okay, it says that I can climb this windmill. Windmill? Did I call it a windmill? Where am I from? Windmill. In theory. How low does this thing go? Okay, so I can hold on to it. I need to go all the way across while it's going up. And then when it reaches the top, I need to jump to this. Okay, and then it goes back down. So I probably don't need to use that anymore, right? Oh, or do I? Wait, what are my other options here? How does one get to... Oh, there's a ladder on that side, and there's a... Oh, right. Okay, cool. Sometimes when it's dark, it's hard to see what's going on. All right, so we come up here. I think, okay, the rest of this is going to be easy. Watch me just step off the edge by accident. Okay, here we go. All right. So is this basically the same cutscene for each one? I know the person brushing off the The UV lights look the same as the last windmill. I mean, the final camera move obviously has to be pretty unique per windmill. Okay, okay, so we've unlocked a ton more of these guys. What was this? Oh, right, Bandit Camp. I don't think I've done a lot with those. Okay, how are we doing on time? We've been playing this for a while. We're in this weird zone where it's like, I really like to make my episodes shorter than this. But I've only got half an hour left before my next meeting. Do I want to break into this now? Actually, yeah, I think I do, because like usually I like to have like there be a theme for each episode that I do. And this is a bandit camp. I've never done a bandit camp on the air. So maybe what we should do is say, this is my exploring downtown video, and then we'll head over and do a bandit camp as sort of our next episode. So yeah, here we go. Let's make that true. So for those of you who are watching me later on YouTube, we're going to end the video now. But those who are watching me live on Twitch, we're going to keep going. So there's your subscribe button, YouTube people. Here's a link to the next video I make, which I'll make right now. So go ahead and click that, and we'll go after a bandit camp.